Alright, this is the 7th war of Season 6 for Loki. In this war we are facing off against ISO8A. In this war I will be on path 8. Don't believe there was a Killmonger on node 29 this war. Most likely not, as I pretty much always take them. But yeah, on path 8 I will be using a team of Magic, Omega Red, and Sabretooth for the synergy with Omega Red. This first node, node 6, pretty much a diversity fight, 6-star Black Bolt. There's nothing special about the node really. It's got extra armor, not even sure what else to be honest. Typically these right side fights early on in the war are fairly often just going to be easy diversity fights. Not going to do anything special in the fight, just keep them in the corner, keep them power locked. There's no limber or stun immune or anything. Not gonna be doing any backdrafting or anything where, you know, he might sit on it and intercept me out of the corner. So no need to risk any health loss early in the war. So yeah, just play it simple, safe, keep him in the corner, pretty easy. So that takes care of node 6. And next up is node 14, I believe. Yet again, another typically easy node to deal with. Really just has a bunch of physical resist, so it can drag the fights out a little longer, as champs placed on this node tend to be a bit more tanky. Go into it here, it ends up being a 5-star rank 4 unstoppable Colossus. Yeah, pretty easy fight. And, you know, his buffs, they're gonna feed into my MD, make getting SP2s even easier, even quicker. You know, no limber, no stun immune or anything on the node, so yet again, just make the most out of your parries. Don't do anything risky because there's no need to. And it's a pretty straightforward fight. Just keep them power locked with the SP2s. Try to get them back into the corner. Work your way out of the corner. Cycle in the SP2s as often as you can. Hit the stand-up intercepts as often as you can. And yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy fight. It could just be a little lengthy on this node with all the extra physical resist. But yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just like the last fight. And that is 5-star rank 4 unstoppable Colossus down. And moving on to the next node, we have node 32. It is the bleed immune with 20% limber and rolling thunder, which increases special attack damage for every 10 seconds that passes in the fight. It is a rank 4 cosmic with charges, so fairly certain this was a Heimdall. And you'll see going into the fight, I'm just gonna bait heavies because on Heimdall's specials he gains a true strike buff, which gives him a 25% chance to auto block the next attack, which can trigger parry. The safe way to remove that would be the heavy, so I figured I'd hold my parries for that. But as you'll see here coming up, if you space the SP1 properly, you can actually just heavy attack right off it to remove it. And also his heavy attack being a multi-hit heavy attack, between the first and second hit is so slow, you see I interrupt it constantly in the fight. You can actually just back off that first hit and heavy attack before the second hit as well to remove it. So, figured I'd play it safe, hold my parries, but didn't need to. Pretty easy fight. Next up, node 39. I now have full suicides on for Omega Red. And this is the biohazard, poison, bleed immune, 10% limber. And this ends up being a rank 4 MODOK. Now, I'm just going to play it easy, play it safe with the baiting the heavy and countering with Omega Red's heavy. It's got such a long reach for most champs in the game. You can bait the heavy and counter with your heavy. Right here, hit the intercept. You see the spores are just climbing up. His health is just melting away. I get a little antsy there. Try to jump in too early, take a hit from the heavy. Quickly had to evade the SP1, but get the degen back on him. And at this point, yeah, the fight's a lock. Pretty easy fight for Omega. He was made for anything with bleed really, as it just makes him better. But anyway, moving on. Last fight on the path is node 43. It is the Flare with Starburst, 20% limber, aggressive regen. It's a rank 4 skill champ. Typically you won't find good defenders placed here because you have such a high attack boost that as long as you don't go in to a terrible matchup, you're pretty much just going to disintegrate whatever is placed on this fight. Like, it's just over so fast. As you'll see here, this is a rank 4 Black Widow. This fight just ends up being a joke. And 2 combos and 14 seconds later, that is the Flare node, node 43 down. And the problems connecting, of course. Would any war be complete without problems connecting to the network? Last up, we have the node 55 mini boss node. This is the debuff immune mini boss. It is a rank 5 Medusa. I just kept my full suicides on at this point, didn't even bother switching masteries. You see I have no mystic boost going, and that's because at this point in the season, we've actually, I think, had like a 3-week stretch where no mystic boosts have hit the store at all in that time. So I don't remember exactly, I may be out of them. I may have been saving them in case of a Killmonger on 29 next war or something. I'm not 100% why I'm not having them on for this fight. Power Star boost also in this time, haven't hit the store at all. Not that I would use one of those for a Medusa, because it would be wasted. You wouldn't hit 3 bars before her first Furies go down, and with MD, you're going to hit 3 bars when the first 3 Furies go away. So I threw on an invulnerability boost, just to be safe, in case any mishap were to occur in the fight. But pretty much just played safe, you know, get the combos in when her Fury count is low, bait the heavy, counter with the heavy, wait for her to get her 3 Furies up to use the SP3, as each buff on the opponent strengthens the attack damage of Magic's SP3. Now it's a bit of a different fight than I'm used to, because without the Mystic Power boost, typically between MD nullifying the Furies on the SP3 and the attack damage returning power from the Mystic boost, you only have to hit maybe 1 combo after the SP3 to have another SP3. So it's a little more dragged out in between SP3s, but really not a huge deal. Just gotta play it smart, play it safe, just bait the heavies, counter with the heavies when she has her 3 Furies up. When the Fury count starts going up, you know, don't try any long combos, play it safe, make sure not to trigger that auto block. Take a lot of chip damage in the fight, but that's to be expected. In the end, really not that bad of a fight. This is going to do it for my war, though. I do not take the main boss, that is on somebody else. ISO8A did end up taking this war, so great job to them. And thanks for watching.